I honestly cannot believe that I'm making all these videos and I'm making them public and shit. Like, but I've been thinking a lot about addiction. So I'm gonna talk about addiction today. Um, I have come to understand that addiction isn't something, I mean, it could just pop out of nowhere. But I think it's more connected to our emotions and the way that we allow ourselves to deal and process life the way that we feel. And for me, I definitely started at a very young age. My first addiction, I feel like it was passed down to me. I had a porn addiction for most of my life. For the past, I would say 3 years, that's when I've actually been really looking at it and just reassessing where it really comes from and realizing that this is not mine. It's like many things. This is definitely not mine, and it was created out of repetition, out of doing it so much that it just stuck. And whether I was happy or sad, I would always deal with my emotions by watching porn. It all started when I want to say 5, but I think it was earlier than that. I remember watching porn before I even went to kindergarten. I ended up finding my dad's CDs on top of a dresser. I wasn't supposed to find it, but as a kid, you're very curious. You're trying to see what the fuck happens. I obviously got in trouble. My mom was not very happy. She beat my ass for watching stuff that I wasn't supposed to watch, but I continued to do it. But I think it had already started before then. I got molested for the very first time that I remember. When I was 3 years old. And that kept happening throughout my life, by adults around me, and also child on child. Other kids doing it to me doing it to other kids. And it just seemed like a very normal occurrence because it was happening everywhere all the time. But it's crazy because it was kind of like a taboo topic. You couldn't really speak about it. It was just something that was shh. So yeah. That was my very first and probably the longest addiction that I've ever had to deal with. And that one thing led on to so many other things in my life, whether, it was substances or people. And I don't do it anymore. I have gone through periods of stopping, but then going back to it, and then stopping again, and then going back to it, and I haven't done it in a while now. I had to really go into lust, and just seeing the way in which men already objectify me and sexualize me, I just felt like I didn't want to keep participating into the whole gist of it, if that even makes sense. Even though, there are times when I post videos, like mainly on TikTok, and I just have like a little, top and little shorts, and you can see most of my body, and I'm just dancing, and I just want to be free. I'm not really thinking about, attention or anything. My brain be somewhere else. And then the truth is, though, it doesn't matter whether I am posting something, whether I have clothes or I don't have clothes in it. There's always going to be a man saying some shit to me, and the truth is, I be tired. I am tired because I'm so much more than just that. I also just want to be free in myself, in my body. I want to be able to feel confident without it being made to be seen as, I don't know, wanting attention. Maybe that's just me. But I have been learning to alchemize this. I actually meditate quite a lot. I try to do it every day for 30 to 40 minutes every day. And I keep seeing these, I want to say that they're different realities or another dimension in which my soul gets to experience a different kind of life. And I've been doing that when I, feel myself, or I'm feeling something in the sacral, if I must say. And I have been learning from other people that you can envision the life that you want, see your goals while you're doing it, and it helps manifest. And the way that I'm saying it like this is because the way in which my life has taken a turn of events compared to whom I have been, it is mind-boggling. I'm already living in wishes and desires that I had when I was a teenager. But sometimes, this whole constant of wanting more and more and more doesn't let you appreciate where you're at. Sometimes that you forget. So I'm already living in those dreams and desires, and I just know that I will continue to keep growing into it, into the things that I now want, because now I am a different person, and now I want different things. Obviously appreciating where I'm at, because this is the best that I have ever been. It is, I would say that addiction is I don't want to say toxic, but it is an unhealthy relationship with the way in which you process life. It's wanting a quick fix because you don't want to deal with the reality of it, whether that is where you're at or who you are as a person, or just feeling all the heaviness of life and not wanting to feel it anymore. Once you've done something through repetition for decades, it's not impossible, but it gets harder to let go. Now that is a built-in set relationship you have created. Whether it be this one thing, substances, or a person. And you can find so much comfort in the chaos, in the pain, in the uncomfortability. And oftentimes we say that we don't want this, but the truth is that we love it so much, we don't want to choose to let it go. But for you to be able to see it as a choice first, you have to accept that. You have to accept it. It is a choice. That the reason why you're still in it is because you keep choosing it. And that's not easy to do when you're in a constant state of victimization. It can be hard taking the blindfolds off to accept that you are responsible for your own life. But hey, once you do it, you can just alchemize it and everything gets better, you know? It sounds so much easier said than done. There will always be these moments in which you will, move forward and do the thing that you were supposed to do, but then you're gonna take some steps back. But then you will propel forward, and then you're gonna take some steps back. But then you will do so, and it'll be this sort of like a chart. If you trade, or if you're into stocks or anything like that, then you'll know what I mean. But you have to go in deep, man. And I think what watching porn really did to me was not only like take away my innocence, but this whole constant thing of wanting to be desired. And I never really felt satisfied. You know, the other day I was actually walking around and I could see these girls. They were very beautiful, but their energy was very lustful. And I mean, it was so there. It was hard not to see. And I was like, wow, I wonder if that's what I looked like. Because I don't longer move like that. I don't navigate life in wanting to be liked and wanting to be desired, and this constant of like, I want to feel something, which is so crazy because I was feeling a whole bunch of things that I didn't want to feel, but I wanted to feel something, And when it's led to drugs and alcohol, oh my goodness, man. What a trip. All the many blackouts that you can put yourself into, and substances definitely lead you there, but I'm really seeing that it's you blacking yourself out of reality, of feeling, and And the only way to get yourself out is to be stronger than the desire of wanting that. You know? It's like not giving or showing reaction to the desire of still wanting to be in chaos. It can be tough, but it's not impossible. And we definitely live in a society where, you know, sex is so normalized, and I mean just casual sex. And there's nothing casual about sex. Doesn't matter if you're a fucking rock star. And listen, I know some people can do it. They just forget. They just, you know, it is what it is. But your body keeps track of everything that it goes through, everything that it feels, everything that it endures. Your body keeps track of it. But once you get over all of that, man, and you learn how to alchemize your feelings, your emotions, how to deal with life, with all the things you've been carrying that you don't really want to carry anymore, it becomes like this superpower. And I don't know what it is, but it seems sometimes, it feels to me that the stronger the darkness you experience, the stronger the come up and the light is. This is a very, I feel like I want to say so much, but I think I'm just going to leave it there. Because this is way deeper. It's so much more deeper. And at the end of it, man, you need to find new things to be addicted about. I have found a very healthy addiction in betterness, wanting to do better, be better, and, you know, everything in moderation is good. Too much of anything, it's bad, right? I don't know. I think you get to decide that. But I definitely am one of those people that says, hey, fuck around and find out, because that's exactly how I got where I am, and that's exactly how I went through everything that I went through. But again, in moderation.